we are staying in second class cabins for our whole Trans Mongolian railway journey. Yesterday, the cabin we stayed in was a little bit nicer, like I said, than the one we're in right now. Probably more like a first class cabin. The only difference with first class is that you're gonna have the cabin to yourselves, whereas usually here there's 4 bunks and we're gonna share them with 2 other passengers. We lucked out, and at least as of right now, nobody else is in the cabin with us. We don't know if there are other stops later where that might change. But in each cabin, there are 4 beds on the bottom. They are bench style with the table in the middle, and those can be made into beds. And then the bunks on the top can be folded up for more headroom, but they just stay down like this for the most part. Like I said, the one thing that is a little bit nicer about this cabin compared to last night's is that we have more charging stations tonight. We've got a outlet, and each bed has 2 USB charging stations. The bathroom is down at the end of the little corridor down here, or water closet as they call it. It's got a pretty minimal sink and toilet. Smells pretty bad. And at the other end of the corridor there's a food cart, which we are going to check out later. I believe they have Russian food, beer, and souvenirs that you can buy. For as small as the space is in the cabin, there's actually a pretty good amount of storage. Underneath is where you can put your big packs, like our backpacks, so that they're out of the way. But there's also some extra storage up top. Yesterday we had a TV up here too, but since it's all in Russian, there's a little hot water station right here where you can use your cup. If you have your own cup, or they'll give you one, you can get hot water right here all you want. There is no cold water, so you either have to bring your own or buy that in the dinner compartment. And there are definitely more people getting on the train right now, so I'm gonna hope they aren't coming to our room. More people getting on the train.
Are they coming in?
Even though it's still sunny, we realized that time just changed. It's almost 9 p.m. and we still haven't eaten dinner. So we're gonna go check out the restaurant cart and see what they have. Let's go. One of the starters or appetizers on the menu. Sounds pretty good. Cutting the cheese to the sound of the wheels. Delicious.
So we made it to the restaurant cart. It was all the way at the other end of the train, so we had to walk through all these doors to get here. It's actually pretty nice inside, and our server doesn't speak a lot of English, but we are communicating through pointing. But they have an English menu here, which is really nice. We just got some beer and some water.
So I've had some good food here, had some not so great food, but one thing that's been pretty consistent is the borscht. It's not something that I would have normally ordered back home, but when in Russia. So that's what I ordered tonight. It's pretty cheap, it's pretty light, and it's always been good every time I had it. If you don't know what borscht is, it's a beet soup. This one has potatoes. It's the same color as the table. What'd you get, Britt?
I don't know, I thought I got smoked salmon on a salad, but I don't see any.
And that's why you always go with the borscht. When in doubt, borscht, of course.
There it is. That's smoked salmon.
The next day.
12 hours now on the train, maybe longer, and this is our first decent stop. We've had about 25 minutes to get off. I was looking forward to stretching our feet, and then it started to downpour.
Meanwhile,
Okay. These are our cabin mates.
Hello.
Stan and Robert, right?
Yes.
From the Netherlands, and they're playing Beavers. Britt.
Losing.
And next we're gonna play for money, and we're betting our trips.
I tried to show you. This is the fair bet.
Russian Railways. That looks a little bit different from my other meat dish that I got.
I don't even know what that is.
Hello everybody and greetings from Novosibirsk, the third largest city in Russia. We just got off after it's almost been 24 hours on the train, and usually a lot of the stops are between 15 and 20 minutes long. They don't always have stands like this, but I think because it's such a big city, that's why it does. So yeah, we're about to get some snacks and then hop back on the train.
15 minutes later.
We're gonna make the Trans Mongolian special. Step 1, water with gas. 1/2 of a bottle. Fill the other half of the bottle with Russian water.
Prime vodka.
Prime vodka,
The real vodka.
aka potato water. 50-50.
Do not try this at home. This is performed by serious artists.
Not like a match near this. Alright, maybe not 50-50. Noon tablets, electrolytes, keep you hydrated while you drink. And because you expend energy sitting on the train for 48 hours. Break your tablet, drop it in, catch the bubbles.
Watch your Russians get mad.
Yeah, don't tell the Russians. Salute. Delicious. I don't know how to say cheers in Russian.
Na zdrowie.
Oh, Nostovia.
Na zdrowie.
Nostovia.
Na zdrowie.
Nostovia. I should have said that.
Alright, are you guys gonna try it?
Yeah, you should.
Na zdrowie.
Reaction videos.
Could only be good, right?
It's good.
It's not bad.
That's some kind of strawberry flavor.
Yeah, it's
Your
Oh,
thoughts?
it's actually good.
wild berry.
Wildberry. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will try, but I want to drink out of a different cup so I don't get you all sick. Whatever is in this will.
It will kill you.
Yeah,
it will
well,
kill all.
The germs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have to say Nazdovia first
Nostrovia.
and drink again.
Delightful.
You have to say it
Nostrovia.
before.
I'm gonna try this cold chicken now.
The next day.
So we've been back on this section of the train for almost 48 hours now. Luckily we had 2 great roommates, or cabin mates, the 2 Dutch guys, and we had a great time paying a little bit for it today. We said goodbye to them this morning, and we thought this might be a good time to give a few pointers on what to expect if you are coming on the Trans Siberian Railway or Trans Mongolian, a few things that you might want to bring with you. So when you get on the train, they give you some bedding, some sheets and pillows and a blanket. It does get cold at night. There's AC on this one, but the last 2, it had AC, but I don't know if they didn't turn it on, but it got pretty hot at night. They also give you some slippers that you can wear throughout the cabin in the corridor, a little toothbrush and toothpaste. So we definitely recommend, obviously you're going to need an adapter if you're coming from another country, but we definitely recommend having some sort of power strip or surge protector that you can plug multiple things into. There's also hot water. It's free. You can have as much as you want, and if you ask the attendant, she'll give you one of these mugs like this. You just have to give it back at the end of the trip, and this is what we've been using for coffee and stuff like that. So the only problem is there's no cold water, so it's a good idea to buy a couple bottles at the store before you get on, or you can buy them at the stops in between. Just make sure in the corridor out here in the car there's a schedule of all the different stops, what day or what time you'll be reaching those stops, and how long you're stopping for. And it's super important to check that probably take a picture and keep it on your phone, because some stops are 1 minute long, some are half an hour, and you don't want to get left behind. You also get one free meal with the train. It's a hot meal, rice, and either chicken or beef. You might be able to get vegetarian. Was not very good. Probably the worst thing that we've eaten since we've been here. So the restaurant cart does have a pretty extensive menu. It's overpriced and not very good, but you do have some options. So I definitely recommend buying food at the grocery store or at one of the stops. But the grocery store before you get on the train is definitely going to be cheaper. So here's a few things that we bought ahead of time that have definitely proven to be a good choice to bring on the train. Get a big bottle of water. Like I said, you get all the hot water you want, but no room temperature or cold water. So water for drinking, you're going to want to get ahead of time. Coffee and tea. You can buy instant coffee at any grocery store or mini mart in town. We had bought some in the States ahead of time, so we got some Starbucks packets just because the individual packets are a little bit more convenient and it tastes pretty good. Tea bags are always nice. Bought a couple of goo waffles. Usually use these for endurance training, but they're good on the go as well. Quest bars, these are my go-to. I actually saw these in Moscow, but they were about $5 a piece. So I bought a box back home for like 25 or 30 bucks, and these have been awesome. Remember, the hot water is free, so things like ramen, instant oatmeal, those are going to be quick and easy to make. One suggestion I definitely would make is getting one of these sport combos. We got ours on Amazon before we left. You can get them at the camping store. These are definitely good to have. This is a collapsible bowl, camping bowl, and it can handle boiling water. So this is what we mix all of our food in. It packs down flat. There you go. Dude wipes, or any brand of biodegradable wet wipes. These have been a lifesaver. Even though there's bathrooms, there is no showers on the train. So these have kept us from stinking up the place, and it's also nice just to be able to, wash your face, wash your hands after you eat, stuff like that. So I would definitely bring a packet of these. Something else that has proven handy that we bought before we left the States are hero clips, which are basically carabiners that have a hook that folds out. These have been great for hanging your bag when you don't want to put it on the ground, or if you have a plastic bag full of trash, you can just hang it up here. Lots of uses for these. So hero clips, check those out. So something I don't have with me because we drank it all last night is vodka. It's cheaper than water here. Go ahead and get a bottle. It's a good way to make friends on the train. We killed it with our Dutch cabin mates last night. They do sell it in the restaurant car, but again, it's going to be way more expensive. Beers are there as well, but much cheaper to buy it in town and bring it with you. Bring a book or a Kindle. Card games are always great. Headphones, eye mask, and of course earplugs. You are sharing the cabin, and the walls are thin too, so people that snore or the rattling of the train is likely to keep you up. You're definitely going to want something to muffle that noise. I would definitely suggest, if you have an iPhone or similar, to get the clocks for all of the different cities that you might be traveling to, including Moscow, because the train's clocks are set to Moscow time, so it's difficult to tell what time it is, where you're going, or where you're coming from if you're coming from a different place. And that's about it. So we have another 12 hours or so. We're getting off the train in the morning, and we are heading up to Lake Baikal. It's going to be another 6 to 8 hour minibus ride, which I'm not exactly looking forward to, but it's going to be nice to get off this train and get into nature, and we will see you guys there.